Therefore Krishna said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamakam saranang braja aham tang sarva papebhyo mokshami mahsucha. You surrender to me, I'll give you all protection. I'll protect you from all type of bad karma, of sinful reaction. Otherwise, who is going to protect us? There's a story about Valmiki. Before he was Valmiki, he was known as Dasu Ratnakar. Dasu means armed robber, dacoit, we say in India. This is armed robber. He's the worst criminal. So there was this one criminal, he would go and he would simply attack people at any time and take all of their wealth. And he was a notorious bandit. So he had a wife and he had a grandmother and a grandfather who were living with him and his children. And he was stealing and robbing and getting the wealth and bringing home to his family. Well, there's a great sage known as Narada Muni. So Narada Muni, he was going along and he met this bandit. And so the bandit was going to rob him. I'll say, all right, give me everything you've got. Because Narada Muni, he was just a sadhu, he's a saint. He doesn't carry anything but a little musical instrument called a veena, like a tambura, like a sitar. He said, well, I don't have anything for that matter. And he played his veena, this stringed instrument, and that thief became a little bit softened. And he said, why you are doing all this thieving? Don't you know you're going to get a sinful reaction? Don't you know that all the people you're killing and stealing from, this is all going to come down upon you? Who is going to take all these sins? Who's going to take all the bad reactions coming? For many births you're going to suffer. He said, well, my wife, they're getting the money. My children, my parents, they're all getting the money. Well, they'll all take a share. Narada says, no, they won't take any share. You ask them if they'll take a share. I say, no, one will take a share. You ask them anyway. Who is going to take all these reactions for your activities? Remember, every action has a reaction. And he showed the laws of karma. We could see that for what I've done, every person I've killed in a future birth, I will be killed. He became very frightened. He said, well, thank you, great sage. I don't believe you though. However, I know they'll all accept the share of my reaction. So he went back and he requested his son, my dear son. Now, you know that I've been doing many murders and many killings, and I have to rob so many people. Now, of course, according to the laws of karma, I'll have to suffer so many reactions. Now, you've been eating all the food and all the money I brought home, and you've been eating. So, my dear son, you will take a portion of this bad reaction from me, so I may not have to suffer so much. Well, listen, Daddy, I didn't ask to be your son. After all, whatever you don't have to do that. You can feed me any way you like. I'm just your son, you know. I can't take any of those sinful reactions. He was shocked, you know. Then he went to his grandmother, and he said, well, Grandma, you know, his own mother, you've been, I've been doing a lot of stealing and thieving. I met a saint, and he showed me how for every reaction I do, there's a reaction. So I've been doing a lot of bad actions, and there's going to be a heavy reaction for that. Now you've been living off of all the wealth and things I brought in, so surely you will take if you just take 1/4. There's 4 people here, the son, wife, and then you and my father. So if you just take 1/4 of these activities, then I'll be so much relieved. Well, I'm your mother. I never told you that you should go out and do all these bad activities. I'm very grateful that you're feeding me, but after all, what can I do? I can't take any of those sinful reactions. I'm about to die. I'm not going to go to hell for you. So then he was kind of, all right, my dear wife, please, I'm for you, for your happiness, for your interest. I'm going out and risking my life. I'm murdering, I'm killing, I'm stealing. You will at least take the share of these sinful, of these bad karmic reactions. Oh my dear, Dasu, baby. I mean, I've given you my life, and I'm to serve you for my whole life. But I mean, you could go out and get a job. You don't have to go out and kill people. I mean, you can feed me any way you like. I get your good reactions. If you do any good activity, I'll take. But I'm not going to take any of these sins. It's been hard enough this life, but I'm going to get tied down the next life too. I'm sorry. So he was crushed. I mean, everyone had refused to accept rotting, and so many getting killed so many times, like for all the people he had murdered. So he went back to the great saint and said, everything you said was correct. No one would take a share of my bad activities. How do I get saved from this heavy burden? So then Narada Muni said, I will save you. But then you have to stop doing all these bad activities, and I have the process for you to purify yourself. So, well, I can stop. I'll stop doing all these murder that I'll definitely stop. So, all right, you should chant the name Krishna. You should chant the name Ram. I can't chant those names of God. I'm too much a violent, sinful person. I can't chant those kind of names. You got to give me something like murder, kill, smash, destroy, something nice. I can get into that. So then, Narada Muni, he said, all right, so you chant Mara, 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 Mara. You chant Mara. One after the Mara in Sanskrit, and also Bengali, even Hindi, means to kill or to kill or to hit. But when one says Mara, 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 Rama, it comes out Rama, Rama, Rama. When one says one after the other. So in this way, he simply sat there chanting Mara, 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 Rama, 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 Mara, 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 Mara. And so by chanting like that, he became fully purified from all the bad reactions. You see. So, you see, like that, we're doing so many activities, we don't know what is the reactions. Therefore, we have to get some teaching.